We will start with the median. So what exactly is a median? Median is a middle value of a set when the data is already arranged in an order, whether the ascending order or descending order, doesn't matter. For example, if we have a set having values 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, and if I say what is the median of that set, first of all, I need to arrange this. I need to arrange it in this order. For example, if I arrange it in ascending order, in increasing order, first one is 2, 1, second is 2, again 2, 3, 3, and 5. Now, median is a middle value, right? So how many number values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there could be two possible scenarios. If the total values in a set are even and the total values are odd. So there are two different scenarios. Okay, in this scenario, if the total number of values in a set is even, just like the case, and for example, if the total number of the values in this set is n, and that is 6, right? The median of that will be average of n by 2th term and n by 2 plus 1th term. So if n is equal to 6, first one will be 6 over 2 is equal to third term, and this will be 6 by 2 plus 1, which is a fourth term. So we'll take the average of the third term and fourth term. Now we have already arranged, this is first term, second term, third term, and fourth term. So we'll take the average of middle two terms, which are 2 and 3. So in that way, the median of this set will be 2 plus 3 divided by 2, which is 2.5, right? This is first scenario in which the total number of values are even. So in that scenario, first arrange the whole set. After arranging, just take the average of the middle two values. Or you can say that n over 2th value and n over 2 plus 1th value. So this is third value and fourth value. This is first scenario if total number of elements in the set are odd. Now let's see the other scenario are even. Now let's see the other scenario. For example, we have a set having values 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in this, total number of values in a set is 5. And what will be the median? Median will be straightforward n over 2th value. N over 2th plus 1 value, which is 5 plus 1 divided by 2th value, which is 6 by 2, which is third value. In short, when total number of values are odd, the middle value will be the median. And remember, you first need to arrange whole of the set in an order, either in ascending order or ascending order. And if total number of values in a set are even, just first arrange the set and take the average of middle two terms. Okay, shall I move forward? So just remember the experiment, total number of values are odd, and when even, this is median. So median will be when odd, this will be n plus 1 divided by 2th value. And when even, that will be average of n by 2th value and n by 2 plus 1th value. So till now, everything is understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now this was a scenario in which we are given the values in numerical form, in discrete form. Now let's see a case in which we are given in a tabular form. For example, we will see various scenarios in which that could be asked. For example, if we see the first scenario, and in that scenario, we are given with the random variable x, which we consider as in this scenario, we are considering that is a result of some experiment. And if I represent that with x, And for example, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we are provided with the relative frequency. And for example, consider that 0.17, this is 0.22, this is 0.35, this is 0.10, this is 0.16. So as a whole, the relative frequency must sum to 1. Okay, so we are provided with this table, and this is the result of an experiment in which these are the outcomes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the right side, this is relative frequency. That means this is a probability of getting a 0 is 17%, 22%, 35%, 10%, 16%. And this whole must sum to 1, which means 100%. Now, if the question says, what is the median in this scenario? First of all, what is the concept of median? Median actually divides the whole data sets in 50-50%, right? So whenever you see such question in tabular form, you know about the cumulative. Cumulative frequency. What cumulative mean? We will just add, this is 0.17, next one is 0.17 plus this value 0.22, next one will be 0.17 plus 0.22 plus this value 0.35, and you will need to see that at which value you will get 50%, you will get 0.5, and what in whichever value you will get 0.5, that will be your median in that scenario. Got the point? For example, let me do that. What is first value? 0.17. What is 0.17 plus 0.22?
0.39.
What is 0.39 plus 0.35?
0.74.
0.74. Now, if you see that between these values, there is 0.5, right? So that means 50% of the data set divides in the, when we have x is equal to 2. And remember, for this, you need to first arrange this in order, right? This is already arranged in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And you are given the relative frequency. And for that, just find the cumulative frequency, and whichever value you get 0.5 or greater than 0.5, that will be your median in that scenario. Got the point?
Yes.
Yes.
And for example, if we are not given these values and we are given whatever the value is, if this becomes 0.1, 0.3, 0.49, and this becomes 0.52, let's suppose. So in that scenario, this will be your median. Got the point?
Yes.
In whichever value you are getting the 50%, that will be your median in that scenario. This is first type of scenario in which you are given some random variable, and that includes the output of an experiment. Now let's see the other scenario, which is a bit different scenario. And in this scenario, mostly students make mistake. For example, we are given a table which include person of 100 people in a group who got some disease, for example, selected disease. So table shows the percentage of 100 people with some disease. And for example, this is a disease, and this is percent of people. And for example, the disease are okay, first disease, for example, asthma, and next disease is cancer. Wow. And next one is allergy, some sort of allergy, diabetes, whatever the spelling is, and any disease. Just tell me name for any disease.
COVID.
Oh, yes, how can I forget COVID? Okay, for example, we have these 5 diseases, and the percentage are, for example, 15%, 2%, 5%, 10%, and 3%. Now, if I ask you that out of these 5 diseases, how will you find the median of number of people with diseases? Repeat the question. Out of 100 people, the percentage of people who got the selected disease are given, and these are 5 diseases. And first disease is get by 15%, second one is 2%, 5%, 10%, and 3%. Question is saying that out of these 5 diseases, how will you find the median of number of people with diseases? So how can you solve this question? This is a bit different from the old scenario. In the old scenario, we are given with the output of a experiment, which is in numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we already arranged it. But in this scenario, on the left side, we have some names. We cannot arrange that. So how can we solve this question? Anyone?
We can do the total of percentages and then see where the
This
half
is the
lies.
most common type of median thing which is tested in the data interpretation part. So in this scenario, first of all, you need to arrange these in order. So if you want to arrange this in order, so what will be the first one? Having 2%.
2%.
Second one, 3%. Third one,
5%.
5%. Fourth one, 10%. And last one, 15%. Now you have 5 values. Total number is odd. So if you know total number is odd, the median is just the middle value, which is 5%, right? So just take 5% of total, which is 100, and that will be your median in this scenario. Got the point?
Yes.
So right now we've discussed 2 scenarios in which we can do order based on the left hand side, but in this scenario we cannot do. We need to consider percentage in first order and then proceed. Now,
so here answer is 5 people.
Yeah, 5 people. Okay, and the last.
What the question means, like.
See, out of the 5 diseases, how will you find? I'm saying to you that how will you find the median of the number of people with diseases? So, first of all, find in which disease the median lies and how many people are lying in their disease. So just consider these 2 scenarios, and remember, this is the highly tested median concept in data interpretation, in which you need to see the percentages and you need to arrange that in order. Otherwise, you can easily come a mistake and just take. And in this scenario, I made a bitdizziness. I already provided 5% in between, and if I just make 5 in upper side and downward side, that will cause a bit confusion, right? So just consider these 2 cases. Now there is one more case, and that is a bit similar. For example, if you are given that income range and you are given with the frequency, and you know what is meant by frequency, right? Frequency mean that how many such number, right? For example, first one is $0 to $100, and next one is 100 to $200. Third one is $200 to $300, 300 to $400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, and 600 to 700. Okay, so all of these are in dollar. Okay, the frequency are 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, and 1. So if I ask you, median value lies in which income range? First of all, what is the total frequency? What is the total frequency? 19. So total values are in odd. So I told you, when the total values are odd, what will be the median value? that will be n plus 2 divided by 2th value, which is 19 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 10th value, right? Okay, so just see the cumulative frequency. This is 1, this is 1 plus 2, 3, this is 3 plus 3, 6, and this is 6 plus 5, 11. Now you see 10 lies in this. So what is the fourth one? That is 300 to 400. So just takeaways, find the cumulative frequency, and in whichever range you are getting the median value, that will be the median range. Got the point? Let me give you an idea about mean and median, a thing which is usually tested, that for median, all of the values are very important. All of the elements are very important because you are considering all of the values. You are taking the average, you are considering each and every value. But in median, usually only middle value or middle two values matter. Not all of the values matter. For example, if you're asked to find the mean of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you need to add all of these. Please mute yourself. But if you are considering a median, you just need to see the middle value when the data is arranged, right? And the second thing is the extreme values, the minimum value and maximum value matter a lot in this first scenario in case of mean. For example, in first value is 0 and the last value is 1000 and whatever in between, for example, 1, 2, 3. So if you take the average, you will get a bigger value. But in other scenario, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 100, 1000. So median is again the middle value. The minimum and the maximum value doesn't matter in case of median, right? Okay. Now, one more thing. And for example, if we are given a scenario that we have a data set, which is 1, 2, 3x, 6, 7, 8, and we are given that x is median. So what could be the possible values of x? And this is a common mistake. We usually consider x is some value between 3 and 6, but x could be 3 and 6 as well. This means x could be greater than or equal to 3 or less than or equal to 6, right? We can consider x as 3, x as 6. First of all, data is already arranged and we know that median is x. So median could be any value from 3 to 6 inclusive, right? So you should not mix, you should not leave 3 and 6. Okay. Now next thing is, if you know that, if we are given that our set is evenly spaced, in other form, we can say that arithmetic progression, arithmetic. In that scenario, remember, mean is always equal to median. And this could be written in form, for example, that we have consecutive integers. We have consecutive multiples, right? So whenever you see such statement, consecutive integer, consecutive multiples, there is equal spacing between each of two values. That's why in that scenario, mean and median are always equal. And this thing actually very helpful in if we are asked to find the overall sum of some series. For example, if I say that, what is the sum of even integers from 0 to 10, for example? If I say you that, ask you that, what is the sum of all of the even integers from 0 to 10? So how can you find this? First of all, these are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, right? There is a gap of 2 in each. So these are in arithmetic progression, first of all. So remember, mean is equal to median. So if you know the formula of average, average is equal to sum over total, and we are asked to find the sum. Sum is equal to average into total. And what is the average in this scenario? If we find the average of this, what is the average? Because these are in arithmetic progression, these are evenly spaced, the average will be equal to median. So what is a median? Total we have even
5.
number of terms. So just take the average of middle two terms. So median is equal to, mean is equal to 5. Now we know the mean, which is 5, average is 5, and total we have 6 values. So what is the sum? Sum is 30, right? So whenever you know that the data set is evenly spaced, and in any type of question, if you're asked to find a total sum, just take the median, which is equal to mean, and just multiply with total terms, you will get the sum of the series. And you can also do this way. This is again the same form, that total terms divide by 2 into first term plus last term. This is a bit same thing, just written differently. Total terms are 6. 6 divided by 2, first term is 0 and last term is 10. So this will be 6 by 2 into 10, which is 3 into 10, which is 30, right? So you can do this way or this way, you will get the answer, right? Okay, shall I move forward?
Yes.
Okay, one very important thing, that if we are given a data set, for example, that include one variable, that is 2, 3, you can data set with variable. For example, that is 2, 3, x, 7, and 8. And if I ask you find the median of this data set, so there could be multiple interpretation based, say, what is the value of x? So first of all, if I consider that x is less than or equal to 2, so in that, x will be moved to the start. This will be x, 2, 3, 7, and 8. In that scenario, median is 3. In the second scenario, if I say that x is greater than 2 but less than or equal to 3, so in this scenario, this will be x, 2x, 3, 7, and 8. In this scenario, again, median is equal to 3. Okay, in third scenario, if we consider that x is greater than 3 but less than 7, if we consider that third scenario, x is greater than 3, less than or equal to 7. So in that scenario, we have 2, 3, x, 7, and 8. So in this scenario, median could be any value greater than 3 but less than or equal to 7, right? So this could be, even if it is not mentioned that it is integer, this could be fraction, this could be any value, but in between 3 and 7 is inclusive. And the last scenario is when x is greater than 7. In that scenario, our median will be 7, right? So if x is greater than 8, again, you will get median 7. So there are 4 possible interpretations of this based on what is the value of x. And usually if you, this type of question occur in quantity comparison question, right? Even got the point? So don't assume any single value
Yes.
for the variable. The variable could be any value from the start to any value in any of the range, whatever the values are provided in the question. Okay, so one last thing relevant to the median, and then we'll move to the range part. Okay, so if I have a data set having 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, what is the median in this? median is equal to 3. Now, if I add or subtract same constant from data set, for example, if I add k in each of the value, this will be 1 plus k, 2 plus k, 3 plus k, 4 plus k, and 5 plus k. So what is the median? Median will be 3 plus k, and k is the value which I add in all of these. Likewise, if I subtract k in each, in that scenario, this will be 1 minus k, 2 minus k, up to 5 minus k. Again, in this scenario, median will be old value minus k, which I subtracted from all of these. And I am again saying that just consider the case when we are subtracting or adding same in all of the value, not in any 1, 2, or 3 values. Remember, in all of the values. And the third and fourth part is, if we are multiplying with some constant k, so this will be k, 2k, 3k, 4k, and 5k. So our median will be scaled by that k factor, 3 into k, whatever the value of k is. If k is in fraction, this will decrease. If k is in integer greater than 1, this will increase. If this is 1, this will remain same, right? And if likewise, if we divide with k, in that scenario, this will become 3 by k. And if k is in fraction, your median will increase. If k is integer, your median will decrease, right? So these are basic 4 scenarios in which you are adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing with the same constant in all of the values of a data set. Got the point?
When you subtract the k, the mean is 5k, 5 minus k.
Sorry, I read mean, this is median. We are considering median in this scenario, right? Now let's proceed to the range part. Okay, so range is actually the maximum minus minimum value in a data set. And remember, this is a distance basically, and this, because this is a difference between, consider this a distance, and this can never be negative. Remember, this can never be negative. This always will be positive. For example, if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, range will be just 5 minus 1, which is 4. And if we have minus 1, 0, 1, again range will be 1 minus into minus 1, which is 2. And if you have minus 2, minus 1, minus 3, so what will be the range? Range will be minus 1 minus into minus 3, which is minus 1 plus 3, which is 2, right? So just remember, range can never be negative, right? Okay, so basically for range concept, there are usual 2 types of questions. In first type of question, you are directly asked to find range. First type, to find range in any data set, right? The second is in which you already provided with range. You already provided that what is the range of a data set, and that data set actually includes some variable, and you need to find what is the maximum and minimum value of that variable based on the range provided, right? We already discussed first case, just like previously, we have given the 4 or 5 values when you asked to find range. That is very simple case. Now let's see the other case, and let's see 2 possibilities. First possibility and the second possibility. In first possibility, for example, we are given with the data set 2, 5, 3, 11, and x. And we are given that the range of this data set is, for example, 10. So the question is, what is the maximum and minimum value of x? Right. So first of all, we need to consider two scenarios in first possibility, whether x is minimum or whether x is maximum. If I consider x as minimum, so range is actually max minus minimum, right? So what is the max value in this scenario? The range provided is 10. The
11.
maximum value is 11, and minimum we consider as x. So this means if you take x to the left, x will be 11 minus 10, and x will be 1. So minimum value of x is 1. Now if I consider x as a maximum value, so again range is equal to max minus minimum, right? So in that scenario, what is the range? Range is 10, maximum is x, and minimum is 2. So x will be equal to 10 plus 2, x is equal to 12, right? So this is the first scenario in which we are provided with a data set with any variable, and we're given the range. And we know the range, we can just see the possibility for x, whether in which scenario this is the minimum and which scenario this is maximum. And in first case, we consider that minimum in which this came out to be 1. And for maximum, this came out to be 12. This is first possibility. And what? No, we are just, I'm asking you to find the minimum and maximum value of x. If x is in middle, that x must lie between 12 and 11. I'm just considering for time being x as minimum and maximum value. And the way you're asking the thing, that will be considered in this scenario, in second scenario. And for example, we are given with a data set 3, 7, 9, 6, and x. And the range of the data set is also variable, which is 2x. Now, if the question is saying, what is the value of x? This is very tricky part. Now you need to see three scenarios. X is max value, x is minimum value, and x is neither max nor minimum. Right? So in first scenario, if we consider x as the maximum value, so range 2x is equal to maximum value, which is x, and minimum is 3. That means, okay, so that means 2x minus x is equal to minus 3, and x is equal to minus 3. Wow, x is minus 3. First of all, tell me, x can be negative in this scenario?
No, because x is the maximum value, and
No.
you said
See,
because range cannot
2x
be
is
negative.
range is 2x. If x is negative, that means that range is negative, which is not possible. Right? Now, if x is minimum, so that will be 2x is equal to 9 minus x. And that means 2x plus x is equal to 9, 3x is equal to 9, and x is equal to 3. And if I consider that range x lies somewhere between, so range will be 2x equal to maximum value is 9 and minimum value is 3. So 2x is equal to 6, x is equal to 3. So this is validated that x is equal to 3. And x is not possible that x is minus 3. Right? Okay, so again, the thing which we discussed earlier, that if we have a data set, just last thing from this main part, if we have a data set having 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so what is the range? The range is 5 minus 1, which is 4. And if I add or subtract with a constant, this is 1 plus k, this is 2 plus k, this is 3 plus k, 4 plus k, and 5 plus k. So will it make any difference in the range? No, because k and k will cancel out. And if I subtract with k all of the values, again, it won't make any difference. Again, the range will be equal to 4. But if you multiply with a constant, this is k, this is 2k, 3k, 4k, and 5k. In that scenario, range will be multiplied with that constant. And likewise, if we divide with some constant, 1 over k, 2 by k, 3 by k, 4 by k, and 5 by k. In that scenario, range will be just divided by that constant, right? So in addition and subtraction, there is no effect on the range, but in multiplication and division, that will be effect. So this was a bit idea about the range, and just a very small thing about the mod. Mod is very rarely tested. So just an idea, what is mod? Mod is the element in a set which occurred maximum number of time. And there could be more than one mod depending upon the question. For example, if you have 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the mod is 2 because mod came 2 times. And like if you have 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, now you have 2 mods, this one and this.
Yes.
Okay, this is a very simple question. We have certain sequence 90, 105, x, 120, and 125. Both the mean and median are equal to x. Okay. And what is the value of x? Okay, so mean is equal to median. And median is equal to x. So what is the mean? That is 90 plus 105 plus x plus 120 plus 125 divided by 5. This is 4x is equal to 440, right? And x came out to be 110. This is a very straightforward question. Shall I move forward? We are given that x is mean and x is equal to median is equal to mean, which is x. So just find the median and equate with the x. And you will get to know what is the value of x, which is 110. Okay. Yeah, try this question. Just be quick. What is the answer to this question?
Yeah.
The thing is, you already have 23 and minus 21. So for timing, if you consider this as maximum and this as minimum, so what is the range? The range will be 23 minus into minus 21, which is 23 plus 21, that is 44, right? So minimum range could be 44. And based on what is the value of x, y, and z, we cannot tell. The question is saying which of the following could be, right? So we assume that minimum is 44 and we don't know what is the maximum value. So that must be 63. And first of all, it's straightforward out because range can never be negative. And second is already also out because the minimum is 44. So only 3 is possible. Option 3 is possible. So everyone got this? Because right now we don't know about x, y, and z. These could be greater than 23 or less than minus 21. So based on that, we can assume that the minimum range is 44 and maximum could be at any length. We don't know about that. But we are sure that minimum range is 44. Okay, the next one. This is again simple question, just leave this all later. Yeah, try this question and be quick. It's up to so on. Now the thing is, this is odd, this is odd. What is range? Range is the maximum minus minimum. In short, you are subtracting to odd values because all of these are odd. odd minus odd. And we discussed this in even odd concept. When we subtract two odd or add two odd, the result is always even. So one thing is sure that the result is even. So we can straightforward negate first one and third one. Now the next thing is we are subtracting two multiples of 7, and we will get again the multiple of 7. Take any two multiple, for example, 21 minus 7. What is answer? 14. Take any two multiples of 7, odd multiples, you will get a value that is also a multiple of 7. And this is not possible. This is not possible. That's why only E is possible. First thing is the result must be even. And the other thing is that must be even and a multiple of 7. That's why the answer is E. So everyone got this? Shall I move forward now?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Even what do you mean by odd multiples? I mean, you haven't substituted the odd multiples of 7, and then
For
you got the
example,
answer
just to
14.
make things a bit easier, for example, you consider odd multiples of 2. For example, you have odd multiples of 2. That will be, no, not 2, because all become even. Odd multiples of 3, for example. That will be 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 9, and 15, 21, 27, 33. These are all odd multiples of 7 or of 3, right? And if you subtract any of these two, first of all, result is even. And second thing is result is a multiple of 3. I just took example for 3 because its values are smaller. If I take for 7, its values are greater, right? So make things easier. If you are subtracting,
So we can subtract any one of them, neither like maximum and smallest one, like 33 minus 3, because range is between maximum and minimum.
we don't know
So we
about
will-
what is a maximum and minimum. We are just the idea that whatever the value of maximum and minimum is, the result is even. Okay. And the result is also multiple of that. And let's back to the question, odd multiple of 7. So result is even, negate A and C. The next one are the result is even. So B and E are possible. And next thing is also multiple of 7. So B is not possible, D is not possible, only E is possible. Okay. Yeah, this is a very good question to test some concepts. Try to solve this question now. Before this, try to solve this question. Let me move this upward. Try to solve this question and be quick. So let's solve this question. The answer to this is D. There is a reason for that. First of all, total number of members are 10 plus 1, 11, which is 21. So what will be the median value? Median for odd, median will be 21 plus 1 divided by 2th value, which is 22 plus 2, which is 11th value. So whatever the 11th member weight is, that will be our median. And okay, so now let's see. In the first scenario, for the first 10 members, our least weight is 110. For example, these are first 10 members, and our weight of first member is 110, and the weight of last member is 110 plus 21, which is what? Which is 141, 131, right? So 131. This is the last. This is 10th value, right? So first of all, we are sure that in out of 10 members, least weight is 10, which is first value is 110, and the range is 21. Actually, range is what? Maximum minus minimum value. And we are given the range, we are given the least minimum value 110. So maximum value will be 131, right? And now if you see the next 11, the minimum is how much? The minimum is 129 and the maximum is 129 plus 41, whatever the value is, right? Now, based on this, there could be multiple interpretation. We cannot exactly find the median, the value for the 11th person. And now solve this question. This is a bit similar to the last question, but try to solve this question and be quick.
E.
Okay, so someone is saying is E. Exactly. This is a very easy question in a sense that, first of all, total values are 41. So what is the median value? That will be 41 plus 1 divided by 2th value, which is 42 divided by 2, which is 21st value, right? We are given that first 20 values, the minimum is 100 and the maximum is 100 plus 29, which is 129. And the next 21 values, the first value is what? 130. And the last value is 130 plus 35, which is 165. Now, if you see that the maximum value of first 20 is less than the minimum of the next value, so straightforward, the 21st value will be 130. Because in the first 20, there is no value that is greater than this value. So these are straightforward first 20 values, and this will be the 21st value. That's why the answer to this is E. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so just 2 or 3 questions. Rest you will solve it here. Just be key, what is the answer to this? F2A is equal to B plus C, and we can write this as A is equal to B plus C divided by 2. And this is actually the average. A is the average of B and C. And if you know that if you are taking the average of 2 numbers, that value must lie somewhere between those two, not exactly at B and not exactly at C. That value lies somewhere between both of these, right? So the minimum is whatever B or C, we don't know, but the middle value is A, which we know from this. That's why the answer to this is C, right? This is a very simple question. I'll leave this question. Okay, just try this question. What is the answer to this question? Which of the following arithmetic mean is equal to median? Okay, so we see the first one, that is x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, and x plus 4. So the gap of 1 in each, this is in arithmetic progression. That's why the mean and median will be equal in first scenario, right? Okay, so then now moving to the next one. Next one is x, 2x, 3x, 4x, and 5x. If you see closely, all of these have x, and these are consecutive multiple of x. 1 into x, then 2 into x, then 3 into x, then 4 into x, then 5 into x. I told you whenever we have a consecutive multiple of any number, that's mean that is also evenly spaced, right? Am I right or wrong? These are consecutive multiples of x, then 2x, then 3x, and 4x. So again, there is a common difference between them, equally spaced. That's why the B is also possible. Now see the last one, 1 over x, 2 over x, 3 by x, 4 by x, and 5 by x. If you see closely, this is again 1 into 1 by x, 2 into 1 by x, 3 into 1 by x, 4 into 1 by x, and 5 into 1 by x. We have some value 1 over x, and these are consecutive multiples of that value. And that's why these are also evenly spaced. Take any value for x, any integer value, you will get the idea that these are evenly spaced. So let's remember, if you are given consecutive integers, consecutive multiples, having a common difference, in all those cases, you will get that the arithmetic mean is equal to the median. Got the point? Questions. Okay, so now let's solve this question. So this is the only question I have for the mod for you. I quickly solve this question. So we have 9 positive integers. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are first 4. These are next 4. And please mute yourself. And these are first 4 values, last 4 values, and the 5th value. And we have total 9 positive integers. We have 9 values. So what is the, someone has come up with the 9. Okay, let's see. So total 9 values. We have odd numbers. So what is the median for this? That will be 9 plus 1 divided by 2. This is 10 divided by 2, which is 5th value. So this is the median value. And question is saying that the median value of 9 positive integer is 6. Okay. If on the mod in the set is 25, what is the least possible value of the average? We are asked to find the least possible value. In order to have a least possible value, we will try to minimize all of the values. And how is that possible? And the question is saying the median. Okay. And if I make this as 1, first value is 1, second value is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 7, this is 8, this is 25, and this is 25. Is this understood by all what I did here? I am trying to minimize all of the values, right? And the mod is 25, right? So that's why to make a mod 25, I take 2 25s and I'm trying to minimize all other values. That's why I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. A is a set consisting of 7 different numbers. Okay, if I consider A as -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And for time being, if I don't consider B, but the thing is, B consists of 6 numbers which are all included in A, right? Only one number which is in A, not in B. So in short, B is a subset of A. The question is saying which of the following cannot be true. Okay, the first thing is range of A is equal to the range of B. Yes, it is possible if A does not contain 0. If A is not containing 0, then it contains -3, -2, -1, 1, 2, 3. The range is 6. Range is 6 in both cases. So this is possible. The next thing is the mean of A is greater than mean of B. Okay, so this is again possible if I consider that A does not contain 3. If A is not containing 3, then A will contain -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Then in that scenario, mean for B is less than. So in that scenario, mean for A is greater than mean for B. Now if you see for time being, just leave C. Just move to the D part. The mean of A is equal to the mean of B. That is possible if I'm not considering A as 0. So if I'm not considering A as 0, the mean of A will be equal to the mean of B. You can also check by calculation. And the last one is the median of A is equal to the median of B. Yeah, again, if I'm not considering A as 0. And if I not consider A as 0, So at first, at A, median is 0. And for B, median is average of middle two, because now these are even terms. That will be -1 + 1 divided by 2, that is also 0. So again, this is not possible. Now we are left with the C, which is the range of A is less than the range of B. Range of A is less than the range of B. Is this possible? Because B is a subset of A, how the subset has a greater range than the actual set? This is not possible. There could be a scenario that both are equal, but there can never be any scenario that the range of the set B is greater than the set A. You can also take remove any one value from the B, from the A, and do you think you can come up with the range which is greater than A? That is impossible. So that's why the C is only the possible answer.